Week 3 of the New York Giants OTA practices are officially wrapping up, and with that being said, we have more news, notes, highlights, observations from another day here at practice. Not only are we going to break down who looked good today, but we're also going to talk about some guys, some players, 4 specifically, who have looked really good throughout the entirety of OTA so far as they prepare for the start of mandatory minicamp next week, and then they get a massive break before the start of training camp. Now, before we jump into the video, I do want to give a major shout out to, all of the New York Giants media team out there that works so hard each and every single day to put out these highlights for us to, kind of watch. And without them, these videos aren't really possible because, obviously, they keep us updated with these highlights. So make sure you guys go follow them on Twitter. You're going to see their @s on the top left of your screen throughout the entirety of this video. Make sure you guys go give them a shout out or go follow them on Twitter, whatever it may be. But with that being said, let's kind of jump into the video. Now, one of the biggest plays of today was Malik Nabers, unbelievable leaping, one-legged or one-legged coming down, the other one toe tapping in, touchdown from Drew Lock. I mean, unbelievable catch from Malik Nabers. I do want to apologize because the media is not allowed to record certain parts of practice, 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s, not yet. Once we get to mandatory minicamp, they'll be more enabled to show 11-on-11s and 7-on-7s, but right now they cannot do that. But trust me, unbelievable play by Malik Nabers today. There's still no signs or no sign of Brian Burns at practice. He has not showed up to OTAs today. Evan Neal was off to the side on the stationary bike, which is okay. Again, mandatory minicamp, you'll see all of these guys come in, start to practice more in terms of the Brian Burnses and the other ones who, aren't really playing or practicing too much. Once mandatory minicamp starts, they will be there practicing as much as possible. Now, Brian Daboll has given a bunch of shout-outs during pre-press conference or pre-practice press conference, talking about Jalen Hyatt. He's made a great jump from last year to this year in terms of, knowing what to do at the huddle, right? I mean, as a rookie, it's tough getting acclimated to the NFL, but it seems like he is putting himself in position to take a jump up this year. We're also seeing Eric Gray getting starting reps with the first team alongside Devin Singletary, and even Tyrone Tracy is someone that they love as a receiving back out the backfield, so he might be away, or he might be getting an opportunity right away to contribute on this football team, even as a rookie. So that is something that I'm very excited about. Now, really quickly, guys, do me a favor and comment down below a player who is brand new to this team that you think will have a really big impact. I know you guys are probably going to say, Malik Nabers or Drew Phillips or Tyler Nubin, but who's an underrated guy that you think could really break out for the Giants this season? In my opinion, I think it's going to be Theo Johnson, just because Darren Waller has yet to, really make a decision if he's going to play or not yet. But I think Theo Johnson has so much potential, and I think if Darren Waller does retire, look for Theo Johnson to get a lot of reps, a lot of opportunity to become a player for them going forward. Now, in terms of the update for Waller, there's still none, right? Ryan Daboll said today they're giving him time. Mostly texted with them throughout the season, telling them, how he feels, what he's going through, and whatnot, but still don't really know anything about him and what he wants to do yet. So that is definitely something to monitor. Runyon, very smart, very good communicator, and a true pro. His exact words from Brian Daboll. He also works very well with Neal as well. Brian Daboll also stated that the young cornerbacks are doing well, eager to see them in camp, and one of the main reasons why he is allowing a bunch of different guys to start one day, they come off the bench one day, he's mixing in a bunch of different guys, different types of talents, to see what guys play good where, and he's just really messing around with the depth chart. But again, look for them to kind of solidify it during training camp. Now, before we get any further into this video, I need you guys to do me a massive favor. Make sure you guys hit the like button, but also subscribe to the channel if you're new. More importantly, we're going to be covering the Giants throughout the entirety of the offseason. You might ask, what does that entail? We're going to be covering the rest of OTAs. Not only that, but mandatory minicamp next week, training camp, preseason, regular season, and we will be breaking down all 22 coaches' film throughout preseason and regular season. So if you guys want to see non-stop Giants updates and practice videos and in-game film review. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And lastly, follow me on Twitch. I might be streaming some Giants games on my Twitch this year, as well as breaking down some film over on Twitch, playing some of the new college football game when that comes out, Madden. Go follow Twitch, link in the description. And with that being said, let's kind of jump into 4 players who have really shocked coaches in the media so far this OTAs, right? First one being Bryce Ford-Wheaton. This is a guy who last year was getting a lot of hype, ended up, missing the rest of the season due to an injury, but he's a guy that is absolutely breaking out again this season. He's a guy that ran a 4.38 40-yard dash to the combine at a 41-inch vertical. Tore his ACL in the preseason, missed all of 2023, but is coming back and flashing each and every single day of practice. You have media members who are already saying that this dude is going to be a fan favorite, and if he can continue to develop his height, his athleticism, the deep threat ability, this is a guy that's going to be a really good wide receiver for a long time if, like I said, if he can continue to develop going forward. Theo Johnson has looked really good. One of the major reasons I said he could break out this year. And with Darren Waller likely to retire, in my eyes anyway, they're going to need someone to pick up, the slack, right? And I think Daniel Bellinger is a guy that they do like as a former third-year or the third-year tight end. But I do really believe that Theo Johnson is going to give him a shot, right? Because Bellinger is the better blocker, but in terms of a pass catcher, Johnson is a freak athletically. He's got a great ceiling. He's a pure pass catcher, and throughout the start of OTAs, he's been someone that's just made big time plays, especially in the red zone as well. So I want to see him continue to develop. Malik Nabers is the other guy we need to mention. Obviously, don't have to say too much about him, but he has shined each and every single day. I don't think there's been a day where he struggled yet. Daniel Jones has looked really well connecting with them, and I know Daniel Jones gets a lot of hate, but the O-line does look a lot better. They've made some good moves here, and I think, now that you have Malik Nabers, Wandale, and Jalen Hyatt, and, even if Darren Waller does come back, I think it's going to give, Daniel Jones the greatest opportunity to have a really productive season this year. And Malik Nabers is a guy that is kind of like a safety net. You throw it up there in 50-50 situations, he's going to make some insane catches. He's already done that so far in OTAs. We'll see how it ramps up when the pads come on, but so far, so good. I mean, he's got no limits, and Daniel Jones is one of those guys who will trust him almost every single play. And speaking of Daniel Jones, he's actually looked really good so far as well. And keep in mind, there's no contact, there's no pads and whatnot, so take everything with the grain of salt. But so far, so good, man. Daniel Jones doesn't look like he has any limitations. And he definitely looks like he's having a great time with these new offensive weapons. So look for Daniel Jones to really take a massive jump up this year. I'm excited to see him grow and continue to get better as time goes on. I think the defense had made some major acquisitions with Brian Burns and also Tyler Nubin and Drew Phillips. I think these guys are going to be day one players for them. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. Another guy I think could break out, Eric Gray. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.